Hi ladies, I am Barbara. I am your menopause drama mama. And if you are new to my channel, I welcome you. Today's video, I am dedicating it to a woman who made a comment on one of my previous videos. And she had heard that astaxanthin, I guess, interferes with the absorption in iron in your body. So I looked it up and it said there was no scientific research saying that astaxanthin, interfered with that. So then it led me to wonder why our women, have poor absorption of iron in their body. So this will cover the reasons, if you are anemic, why you may have an issue absorbing iron in your system, and what exactly iron does for your body. So it is important. So the first thing that iron does is it carries oxygen throughout your entire body. It will help support energy production. It will help prevent fatigue and weakness. It'll help support your brain function and concentration. It is necessary for healthy hair, nails, and skin, and it will help support your immune function. The reasons why you may have poor iron absorption is number one, low stomach acid. And if you do have low stomach acid, I highly recommend that you take a super enzyme. This is the one that I take, because what is happening is if you have low stomach acid, you are not getting your foods broken down enough, and that can be your fats, carbs, and protein, and this helps break down all of that for optimization of nutrient availability in your body. And if by chance you don't have a gallbladder, this may also help. Now, I don't know for sure. I've read a couple different forums that there are a lot of people who do have their gallbladders out, and they have to take an enzyme also to help break down food. So if you have low stomach acid, that requires, iron requires stomach acid for proper absorption. And your stomach acid naturally declines the older you get, which is very common after menopause, and long-term antacid use can worsen the problem also. So if by chance, some of your signs can be if you are bloating after meals, you're belching, you have indigestion, and you feel full quickly, that may be a sign of low stomach acid. So, and you need that to be able to absorb those nutrients into your body. Gut inflammation is the second one that can cause poor iron absorption into your body. And gut inflammation, can damage the intestinal lining. It will reduce nutrient absorption, and it can interfere with iron uptake. Some of the food or, possible causes with food is food sensitivity, chronic digestive issues, or IBC, which is inflammation, a bowel condition. Number 3 is if you have celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. That would be the third thing that can cause poor iron absorption into your body, because iron deficiency anemia is sometimes one of the very first symptoms of celiac disease. Number 4 is certain medications can cause poor iron absorption into your body. So like if you have a proton pump inhibitors, acid blockers, some antacids, certain antibiotics, and some thyroid medications can block the iron to be absorbed into your system. Number 5, low copper levels. That's another one. So copper helps transport and utilize iron, and deficiency of copper can lead to anemia. So that could be an issue also for poor absorption. Your best food sources to get copper is beef liver, shellfish, nuts, and seeds. Number 6, low vitamin A contributes to poor iron absorption. So vitamin A helps mobilize stored iron, and deficiency can worsen iron utilization in your body. The best food sources for vitamin A are sweet potatoes, carrots, squash, and egg yolks. Number 7, chronic inflammation. So inflammation increases a hormone called hepcidin, and hepcidin blocks iron absorption and iron release from storage. So the most common reasons for chronic inflammation is 1, obesity, chronic illness, autoimmune diseases, and poor metabolic health. And now I will talk like what foods actually can interfere with iron absorption. Calcium-rich foods is number 1. So examples are milk, cheese, yogurt, and calcium-fortified foods. So if you are taking an iron supplement or a meal with iron, you should separate, when you are having the dairy part from the iron. So don't combine those two close together when you are eating or taking a supplement. High phytate foods. Now phytates bind minerals and reduce absorption. So that is the second thing for the foods that interfere with iron absorption. So examples of phytate foods are bran cereals, whole grains, beans, lentils, and some seeds. Tea is a big one because those contain tannins that can help reduce iron absorption. Also, the teas that are highest in tannins are black tea, green tea, and some herbal teas. So you have to stay away from tannins in teas if you are not absorbing your iron into the body. Coffee is another one. So that can reduce iron absorption when consumed with meals. So drink coffee, between meals, and make sure that if it is something with iron in it that you do not drink coffee, because then the iron that you are eating is not going to get absorbed into your body. Excess fiber supplements, so they bind with minerals in the digestive tract. So if you are taking an excess fiber supplement like psyllium husk or certain fiber powders, that will lead to poor iron absorption also. So I would, don't take a lot of a psyllium husk or a fiber powder if you are having an issue with iron absorption in your body. Now the supplements that can reduce iron absorption are calcium supplements. That is one of the strongest inhibitors of iron absorption. Magnesium supplements may compete with the iron when taken together, so you'd have to separate those when you take supplements. Zinc supplements in large doses can interfere with iron absorption. Manganese supplements also competes with the pathway of absorbing iron into the system. Antacid and acid blockers, those reduce stomach acid, which is needed for iron absorption. And foods that actually will improve iron absorption, so these are things that you should eat more of, is vitamin C rich foods. Vitamin C dramatically increases iron absorption. So examples are oranges, strawberries, kiwi, bell peppers, and broccoli. Animal protein is very good for iron absorption in your body because they contain heme iron, which is highly absorbable in your system. So examples are beef, lamb, turkey, chicken, fish, and oysters. Those are things that you should eat more of if you are low in iron. And the best iron-rich foods, and these are the heme iron, most absorbable in your system, is the beef liver, the lean beef, oysters, sardines, and dark turkey meat. Non-heme iron, which are plant sources, is spinach, lentils, pumpkin seeds, black beans, and quinoa. And iron absorption tips for after menopause are to always eat iron-rich foods with vitamin C, avoid coffee or tea with your meals, separate your calcium supplements by at least 2 hours from taking an iron supplement or some type of iron food. Support healthy stomach acid production, which is super enzyme. Address any digestive issues that impair absorption, which this will take care of that also. So also you can check your ferritin, iron, B12, and CBC levels if symptoms develop for, low absorption of iron in your body, and that should show up on a lipid panel test for blood. So if you are eating enough iron, but your stomach acid is low, your gut is inflamed, or you're taking supplements and drinks that block absorption, your body may never access, the amount of iron that you are consuming, and it is not absorbing in that small upper intestine. Now, if you are not in menopause, the typical reasons for low iron absorption in your body causing anemia is having a very heavy menstrual bleeding every month. That is the most common reason for an iron deficiency in premenopausal women. If you have fibroids, endometriosis, or irregular heavy periods, that increases iron loss in your system. Pregnancy increases iron requirements significantly. Restrictive diets may not provide enough iron-rich foods. Frequent blood donation can also lower your iron levels in your system. Athletes and very highly active women may have a much higher increased need for iron in their systems. And even if you are eating iron-rich foods, but you have low stomach acid, digestive issues, or iron-blocking foods and supplements, that will all reduce the absorption of iron in your system. So, ladies, if you are before menopause and you are most likely not having enough iron in your system, it is probably one of those reasons that I just talked about. Number one being, having a very heavy period for your menstrual cycle. So I would, just check into one of these reasons. It very well could be that you have very low stomach acid and your body is not able to absorb the nutrients that it needs. So, but definitely when I looked into it, astaxanthin is not one of those reasons why scientifically they have not proven that would block iron into your body. So, but definitely the other ones can. So, tannins in tea and calcium supplements, or, eating or drinking calcium like milk and yogurts and stuff like that. So that is the reasons why you may have or suffer from anemia from poor iron absorption in your body, ladies. So I hope this video was clarifying for you. I always have those notes up here for you so you can follow along and read them yourself. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are in this world. always sending blessings and high vibrations your way. And I will talk to you, very, very, very soon in my next video. So ladies, have a fantastic day. Love ya, and sending many hugs to you. Bye-bye.